Hi, hello friends. Welcome to T Academy. Let's continue the electrical MCQs video for the Andhra Pradesh Grammar Word Search Volume examinations. And this video is also useful for the aspirants of electrical and electronics engineering jobs such as GATE and IES and as well as PSUs, especially PSUs. Why? Because the questions that I have taken in this paper, the questions are all are asked in various PS examinations, for example IES and the GATE. Okay, so this video will be useful for you for your preparation point of view and check your concepts or knowledge. That's it. So let's start the discussion here. The first question on the screen you can see here, a 12-volt light is rated at 30 watts. The total charge that flows through the filament in 1 minute is, okay, dash coulombs. So here in the question they ask to find the value of charge. Here we know that formula, charge can be written as current into time. Current can be written as depends upon the given data. So here power is given, voltage is given, so can be written as uh, P by V into T. Okay, just substitute this value, will get the answer. It has a 150 coulombs here. So this question is asked in IES 2014 electrical paper. Okay, so simple question. And similarly there is one more question here. A conductor of diameter D, length L, consumes a power of W when current I flows through it. Okay, now what will be the power consumed if the D is doubled and the L is halved and the current is triple here? So first of all, simple concept is assuming that a resistance is nothing but rho L by D here. Okay, so resistance is proportional to length by diameter here. Understand? Okay, so just, and one more thing is energy they we need to find. So energy is equal to, so I square R. Okay, so proportional if you take means we can say I square into R here. So just apply the concept here, apply these two equations, and you will get the answer as 18 by 16 watts. Okay, so try on your ear, try yourself. Next one, how many 200 watts per 200 volts incandescent lamps are connected in series would consume the same total power as a single 100 watts 200 volts lamp? So see here, the power rating is changing, but actually the voltage rating will be remain same. So as the voltage rating is remain same, just you need to add. So 100 watts bulb means here 200 watts. So how many bulbs we require here to get 200 watts? It is 2 here. So this question is asked in GATE 2009. Okay, and next one, this question asked in IES 2017. The voltage and the current waveforms for an element are shown in figure. The circuit element and its value are. So this kind of question asked in AP Transco paper, right? AP Transco paper. This question asked here. So the options are C for capacitance 2 farads, L for inductor 2 Henry, capacitance 0.5 farad, D is uh, DL in this is about inductance and 0.5 Henry. So simple question is what we need to find here. We need to find the element. See here, in which element the current increase linearly, voltage remains same. Okay, so it is nothing but what? So it's nothing but voltage V is equal to L into di by dt. So rate of change of current is present in which element? Voltage here. So V, okay, V, so VL is nothing but L into di by dt. So from this you can find what is the type of element here. It is an inductor. Okay, so from this L can be written as L is equal to VL by di by dt. What is the VL here? So what is the voltage? The voltage is 2 volts. So it's nothing but 2 divided by di by dt means what? So 2 amperes. Okay, 2 amperes. Rate of change of current is 2 minus 0 means 2. 2 minus 0 means 2 here. So 2 by 2 what we get? 1. So answer finally is 2 Henry. So correct answer is B here. Okay. Next one. Substitution theorem applies to the dash network. So substitution theorem is applies to the linear time invariant network. Okay, so it's not a linear non-linear, it's a linear time invariant theorem. Okay, network. Next one, the impedance matrix for the network shown in the figure R. So we need to find the impedance matrix. It's a simple T network, so easily we can do. What we can do is first, if you want to find the Z1, make this, okay, make this network open security. Well, because we are talking about Zena. Now when when it's open, the current will not flow here. It is deactivated. Okay. Now entire resistance in from input side is 20 plus 40 60. Similarly, Z22. So if you want Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22 like this. Okay. Now simply, what about the Z22 here? Z22 means 40 plus 60 100. So among the options, so C is matching our options. Okay. What about the Z12, sir? Just open this element, whatever the element is there, just take this one. So entire answer matches with the option C here. Okay. And similarly, I have taken one more network in case of pi network here, and here admittance matrix for the network shown figure. So admittance matrix you can easily calculate here. Simply what are the nodes connected, simply add it. So 0.5 plus 0.2, 0.7. Okay, and similarly 0.5 plus 0.3, 0.8. So 0.7, 0.8 matches with the most of the options here. Now what about here y11? So y11 you got as a 0.8, and y22 you got it as a zero point 0.8 here. Y11 is nothing but 0.7 here, sorry. Y11 is 0.7. Okay, like this. Now what about this element here? It's nothing but y12 is equal to y21. But in the matrix form representation, it will add a one more minus sign here. Okay, so the options is 0.7, 0.8, minus 0.5, minus 0.5. So answer A will be the correct answer here. Next one, the last question from this page. The voltage across the impedance Z is 100 at angle 15 and the current is 20 at angle minus 45. The active and reactive power in the Z respectively. So to find the active power, use a formula P is equal to VI into cos theta. What is the theta here, sir? Theta is nothing but 45 and the minus in here. So we can add it here, plus sign is nothing but theta equal to 60. So just use this here. So P is equal to V is how much? 100 and 20 into so cos 60 here. Okay, so cos 60 means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means simply you'll get as a here. So 2000 by 2 is nothing but 1000. And what about the reactive power? So reactive power Q is nothing but VI into sin phi. So VI into sin phi means 2000 into sin 60. So our answer will be 1732 VR. Okay, 1732 VR. Answer will be A will be the right answer. The next question: if W is the width of the depletion region in a PN junction, the transition capacitance is proportional to. So CT is proportional to epsilon naught into epsilon current to A by D here. Okay. Now here, so D is nothing but distance between the two plates or width of the depletion region, we can say. So its W is the width of the depletion region. That means the transition capacitance is inversely proportional to 1 by W width here. So answer is C here. Next one, for a small signal AC operation, the practical forward biased diode can be modeled as. So practically a forward biased diode can be modeled as, the options are RC network and R is in parallel with a diode here, so ideal diode, R is in series to ideal diode, and D is the only resistance. So this question is asked in IES gate 1919. Okay, so answer is D here. Next one. Okay, right. Next one. Next question. 11th question. An amplifier has a power gain of 200. What is the gain in dB? Okay, so gain in dB can be considered as AB is equal to 20 20, so it's a power gain. So power gain means it is 10, okay, 10 into log, okay, so 20 log of what is the value, 200 here, okay. So simply we'll get the answer, it has 23 dB here. So this question asked in IAS 2007 paper, okay. And the maximum theoretical conversion efficiency of a class A transformer coupled amplifier, understand the word here, transformer coupled means actually the theoretical, I mean actually the class A amplifier will have efficiency of 25%. When we are adding a transformer coupled, the loss are reduced and the efficiency becomes 50%. Okay, so when transformer coupled means it is 50%, but normal class A amplifier means it is 25%. Next one, the input resistance Ri and output resistance are not of an ideal current amplifier. And remember here, ideal current amplifier in ohms are. So for an ideal current amplifier, the input resistance, okay, input resistance should be infinity and the output resistance should be 0. So correct answer will be C here. Next one, the frequency doubling can be achieved by using, so frequency doubling can be achieved by using the multiplier, okay, multiplier. And next one, the circuit shown in here is a timer here, so 555 timer is given. In the 555 timer, what is the equivalent circuit here? See capacitance here, R is here. The pin are 7 and 6 here connected together, which is connected to a coupling capacitor here, and R is connected to VCC, and 3 is connected to Vout, and there is one more capacitance here from the 5th node to ground here. So 0.0 microfarads here. Okay. Now the circuit will act as a monostable multi-vibrator, which will be stable in one state for a few seconds of time period defined by these RC elements. Later it come back to again into its original state. Okay. Now next one, in a differential amplifier, the CMRR, common mode rejection ratio, can be improved by using an increased. So this question asked in IS 2009. There is a emitter resistance. Now next one, the ideal op amp is a ideal dash control dash source. So asked in GATE 2004. The answer for this question is ideal op amp is a voltage controlled voltage source. So answer will be 17 will be voltage controlled voltage source here. Okay, next one. This is also important question asked in so many competitive exams. The cascade amplifier is a multi-stage configuration of. So cascade amplifier is a multi-stage configuration of CE-CB configuration. So CE-CB configuration here. And next one, an 8-volt DC generator has a simple wave-wound armature containing 32 coils of 6 turns each. If the flux per pole is 0.06 webers, the machine is running at 250 rpm. The induced armature voltage is. So this question is asked in GATE 2004 and IS 2011 and recent AP Transco paper, AP Transco AE examination 2019 they asked the same question. So simple formula here it is, the back EMF E is equal to 5ZNP by 68, that's it. Apply this formula here, you will get the answer as a 384 volts. Answer will be 384 volts here. Okay. Next one, a DC shunt motor running at unsaturated, understand the word here, unsaturated magnetic circuit runs at 1000 rpm with a rated voltage. If the applied voltage is half of the rated voltage, the motor will run at dash rpm. So understand here the DC shunt motor is a constant speed machine and that too is unsaturated state. So as the unsaturated state, what will happen is whatever the speed it is starting, it will try to maintain the same speed. So answer for this question is 1000 rpm. So this question asked in IS 2013. Next one, the speed control of a speed control of DC shunt motor in both directions can be obtained by dash method. So in the both directions means, for example, lift is there. So where you want to go from bottom to top, top to bottom. So in both the cases, you need to change the direction. Okay. one from top to bottom, another one is bottom to top. So at that condition, the best controlling method is, okay, so here we have a Ward-Leenard method. Okay, so Ward-Leenard method is the best suited method for speed control of DC machines. Next one, the DOL starter is employed for the starting motors of rating up to dash kilowatts. So answer is 3.75. Okay, other options are 7.5, 15, 25. So why it is? Because the DOL is a direct online starter, which is used for small rating machines, which is used for small rating machines. Why? Because small rating machines will have a good amount of resistance and reactance, so that whenever the current passes through it, it will try to quickly oppose it. And also one more point is it will have a small machines will have small inertia. Okay, so that it will quickly accelerate. Okay, so that's the reason why that's the reason why the DOL strategy is used for small rating machines. Okay, next one. The short circuit characteristics of an alternator is, the short circuit characteristics of an alternator is always linear. Why? Because of unsaturated portion of this magnetic circuit. That means there is no saturation. In that case, what will happen is the characteristics are going to be linear as it is. So answer will be always linear. Next one, consider the following LPF, EMF, ZFF, MMF methods. Okay, so if you studied a synchronous machine, these are the voltage regulation methods are there. So which of the above methods are correct for determination of voltage regulation of alternator? Which of the above methods are correct for determination of voltage regulation of the alternator? Okay, so LPF means what is it? Low power factor. No, it's not. Okay, it is not the method actually. EMF method is there. Okay, other name for this one is a synchronous impedance method, and ZPF zero power factor method. MMF is ampere turn method. So correct options are 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 is the correct option. So this asked in IES 2009 paper. Okay, next one, which is the value of the load angle when the power output of a silent pole synchronous machine or generator is maximum? Options are 0, 45, 90, D none. Actual answer is D none. Why? Because it is approximately nearer to 90 degrees but not exactly 90 degrees. Okay, so answer will be D none. Next one, a pony motor is basically dash motor. So a pony motor is nothing but simply a small induction motor which is used to start the synchronous motors here. Okay, so this is the point. Next one, what is the material? What is the material of slip rings in induction motor? So the material used for make the slip ring in induction motors is it is phosphorus bronze. Phosphorus bronze. Next one, the slip of 400 volts 3 phase 4 pole 50 hertz induction motor at 1440 rpm is. So simply use the formula S is equal to ns minus nr by ns. Okay, after that what you'll find is ns. So ns, the formula is ns is equal to 120 f by p, where f is nothing but 50, p is nothing but 4. If you substitute here, we get as a 1500. Now the nr what they given is 1440. So 1500 minus 1440 divided by 1500. If they want percentage means multiply with 100, you will get the answer. Okay, simply it as a 4 here. Okay, next one, in case of a split phase motor, the phase shift between the currents in the two windings around. So current between the two windings, what are the two windings are there? The two windings are, the first one is a main winding and second one is a, okay, starting or running winding. So what is the phase difference between these two? Okay, so the phase difference between two windings is will kept as 30 degrees here. Okay, next one, next page here. Yeah, next page. In induction motor, single phase induction motor driving a fan load. So first one question is, from this we can extract the ceiling fan what we are using in our homes, they are nothing but a single phase induction motors. The reason for having high resistance, that means it have high resistance. Okay, just before we discuss one question that DOL, direct online starter. Okay, the DOL starter is used for low rating machines. Why? Because it will have high resistance. So this point will strengthen the point what I said. Okay, a rotor is to achieve Okay, it is to achieve what? It is to achieve quick acceleration. Okay, so quick acceleration, high starting torque, reduced size, and a DR. So what are the option here? So the high resistance is to rise to achieve the high starting torque. Okay, high starting torque here. Next one. What is the core losses in high frequency ferrite core transformer used in switched mode power supply? Switched mode power supply is dash percent of its rated power. So in case of a high frequency ferrite core transformer used in SMPS applications, the losses is around 1% of its rated power. Suppose if it is a 100 watts capacity, then there will be 1 watt as a losses. Next one, the power transformer is rated in, okay, simple question. Power transformer is rated in kVA, not in kilowatts or kVAR or R. Okay, so they are rated, generally rated in kVA. Why? Because the both the losses, core loss and copper loss depends upon the product of voltage into current. That's the reason why they specified in VA. Okay. Next one, or they can also represented in MVA also. Power transformer is okay. Next one, in which transformer the tertiary winding is used? So among the options star delta, delta delta, star star, delta star here. So their tertiary winding is used in star star connection. Okay, so star star connection is there to provide the to provide the supply to the unbalanced loads also we can provide. Okay, so by using the tertiary winding in the star star connection, it is also used to supply the unbalanced loads. Okay, and it is used to protecting devices. So protecting devices requires a ground. Okay, so when star star is there is no possibility of ground here. Okay, so that's the reason why they can use the tertiary winding, so that they can also use it for protection purpose. So first purpose is to supply unbalanced load, second purpose is to provide protection relays. Which of the following fuel is used by slow thermal nuclear reactor for power generation? So correct option here it is a uranium 235 here. Next one, the generating stations suitable to operate as a peak load plants. So peak load plants are they are nothing but pumped storage plants. Why? Because during the normal period conditions, the water flow from the higher to lower level, and during the peak load conditions, the water from the lower level is uh, uploaded to or sent to the again top end or dam connection. Okay, so this is done with the help of the pumped storage power plants. Okay, so and thermal and nuclear are the base load power plants. Next one, the concept of electrically short, medium and long transmission lines are primarily based on. So they are primarily based on the options are nominal voltage, physical length, wavelength, power transfer. The correct option is it depends upon the physical length of the line. Next question, as compared to the sending end, the receiving end voltage of a short line under no load condition is okay. So see here, generally under a no load condition, light load condition, suppose in case of a medium or long transmission line, this effect of capacitance, so that the sending end voltage is lesser compared to receiving end voltage. So that phenomenon is called Ferranti effect, that we know already. But here, as compared to sending end voltage, the receiving end voltage of the short line, okay, in the short line can be modeled with the help of resistor and inductor only, no capacitance effect. No load condition means current will not be flowing here, so zero. So if the current is flowing is zero, whatever the sending end voltage will be appear as a receiving end voltage. So answer will be remains same. Next one, if the open and the short circuit impedance of a lossless line are respectively Z1 and Z2. So Z1 belongs to open, Z2 belongs to short. The characteristic impedance will be, the answer for this one is square root of Z1, Z2. The installation resistance of single core cable is 200 mega ohms per kilometer. The installation resistance of 5 kilometer length is dash mega ohms. So the concept here is the installation resistance is inversely proportional to length here. Okay, so just apply the formula here where R2 is equal to, so L1 divided by L2 into R1. So length L1 will be 1 kilometer and its L2 will be 5, R1 will be 200. So 200 by 5 is nothing but 40. Okay, answer is 40 mega ohms here. Next one. To obtain the minimum value of stress in cables, the ratio of the overall diameter to the conductor diameter should be equal to. So that R by R is equal to the capital R by small r is equal to 2.718. Okay, the answer is B is the right answer. Next. And the next one, a three sequence voltages at the fault point in a power system are found to be equal. The nature of the fault is, okay, so here three sequence voltage, positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence are found to be equal values. Okay, so this is happens in which type of fault here? As we know, the answer is it is a double L to ground fault, and this question asked in IS 2016. So this is a repeated question. Okay, important. Next one, when the voltage are high and the current interrupted to be is low, then circuit breaker is preferred is. The options are air brake circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, vacuum and oil. So here the voltage are high but the current to be low means we can use a vacuum circuit breaker. Next one, the rotameter works on the principle of variable. Okay, so rotameter is used to measure the flow rate. Okay, so it works on the principle of variable. Options are pressure, length, area, resistance. So answer is the variable of principle of variable area. Next one, which of the following is a passive transducer? Options are piezoelectric, thermocouple, photovoltaic cell, and D is LVDT. So LVDT is a passive transducer. Next one, the essential element of electronic instrument is an transducer, signal conditioner, indicating device, D none. So essential element is it's a indicating device here. Next one, the minimum number of wattmeters required to measure three phase, three wire, balanced or unbalanced. So both the cases balanced and unbalanced means a three phase three wire means according to Blunder's theorem we can use the formula n minus 1 here. So three phases means 3 minus 1 means it's going to be 2. So if you have two wattmeters we can measure both the balanced as well as unbalanced power in a system here. Next one, and this question is from the communication engineering. In a TV comma video signals are transmitted through dash modulation. So this question is asked in IS 2015 here. Okay, the answer here it is. So the answer for this one is amplitude modulation. Okay, and the next one, 48 question, which one of the following modulation technique has got maximum signal to noise ratio? Okay, the options are AM SSB, AM DSB, and C is FM, and D is AM SC. Correct answer is FM here. And the next one, in frequency modulation, when the modulation index increases, so MI you can say modulation index increases, the transmitted power is, so increases, decreases, unchanged, not related. Okay, not related. So answer will be it is unchanged. Okay, the modulation index changes but the power transmitted is it will not going to be changed here. And the last question for this session is, in FDM systems used in the telephone, which modulation scheme is adopted? Okay, the correct answer for this one is AM, DSP, SC, and the correct option here it is FM here. Sorry, it is not FM, it is SSP, SC. So option C will be right answer for this question. So thank you friends, thanks for watching my video. If you like the video, please share with your friends, and those who are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Have a nice day. Take care.